Hi Sagittarius, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your August love and then some read. Wanted to say thank you for all your support, your likes, shares, and subscribes. Thank you for coming to the channel and viewing the reads. I appreciate each and every one of you. Cross watchers, come on in. Let's see if we can get Sagittarius a good read. I was sitting outside earlier. These birds keep hanging out on the electrical wires out in the back there. And, there were all these big birds sitting together, on this wire. And there was this little teeny tiny bird sitting there, and he was really holding it down, like he was as big as the rest of the birds on that wire. And, then this little thing, he flew off into the wind, you know what I mean? And I kept thinking how fragile he is, so tiny, flying on that wind, but at the same time, so courageous. And then a little while later, all the rest of the little bitty birds came flying and landed on that wire and hung out there for a while. So that means something for someone out there, to have courage no matter your circumstances, because sometimes your courage has a great deal of impact and influence on others. So I want to announce that I'm going to be doing Monday reads, weekly reads for the elements. So I hope you come join me on Mondays for that. And I'm going to be adding a monthly Q&A to the channel as well as a monthly twin flame video. So if you have any suggestions or you have any relevant discussion topics that you'd like to learn about or see discussed, just place your comments in the comments section below. Reads are open for August, so you guys know how to reach me at thejezebelway@gmail.com. My reads are $30 for 30 minutes, and I accept payment through PayPal. So just give me a shout, and we'll set up a time for you. So let's get on with the read. Sagittarius, you are taking it like a champ and looking out across your independence, looking out across your abundance. You're monitoring your successes. You're monitoring your business. There was a period of time in which you felt victimized by something, but you are coming out of that and you are giving your cup, you're nurturing something to fruition. And there you are again like a boss. You could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius. You are open, though, to this nurturing and this love that this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is going to be giving and offering to you. So let's see what the cards have to say. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. So previously, it looks like, Sagittarius, you walked away from a relationship. It could have been a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that you previously walked away from. Or some of you could have ended employment. You could have ended a job and going into a new one. But this job gave you the experience, or this relationship gave you the experience that you needed and the lessons that you needed to move forward to new things. 3 for you, 3 for your partner, and 3 for the state of the relationship. Lines 1 and 2 can be reversed. If I refer to Scorpio as line 1, Sagittarius as line 1, and Sagittarius, you feel like your story's more on line 2, reverse it how you need to. And bear in mind, this is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Next time it might be for you. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And for the male counterparts, check your Jupiter and Mars signs for a more accurate forecast. So, center of your read, we have the Ten of Swords. So definitely that lends to some sort of betrayal. And this isn't a betrayal that happened just once. It's a betrayal that happened quite a lot. And you endured it and you endured it, but finally it brought you down. So some element of betrayal. Major arcana we have in this spread is Death, the Hierophant, Justice, and the Star card. You have the Sun and the Star card, Sagittarius. So cycles closed out. with relationship or with a job, okay? And you're coming into new things. It looks like you found your happiness and you're going to be receiving justice. You're going to be receiving karmic justice, but you're also learning to balance. Okay, the scales are about balancing, and the sword, is about rendering swift justice. Okay, so some of you could be dealing in the legal system, but for others of you, it's just simply a matter of finding a balance between justice and fairness. Star card talks about healing. Okay, healing and wish fulfillment from the universe. The star card, she's using these jugs to pour the water on the land and in the sea. Okay, so you're definitely paying attention to divine guidance, and you're healing and you're nurturing more than one issue here. So cycles are closing out. You found your happiness, you're getting your healing, you're regaining your balance to move forward in job, a relationship, or something like that. So let's get some clarifiers on it. There are 2 4s in this spread. So 4s are talking about foundation, okay, situated, coming together. Okay, of course, the 4 card is the 1111 card. For some of you, that just means that there's going to be information coming to you from spirit that you need to pay attention to, you need to consider. For others of you, this talks about monitoring and minding and building firm foundations. In this spread, the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords talk about holding on to something and taking a break from something. So there's something that ended. You were holding on so tight to something. Finally, you had to release it because it was just over. Something was over and you just had to release it and you had to take a break. Many of you, of course, if this was for a job, it ended. Maybe you took a couple of weeks off of work, you got back in the saddle, and you've got new job offers on the table. For others of you, you had to take a break from this relationship because it kind of drained you and wore you out. Maybe it was making you emotionally sick. So you had to take a break from it, turn it off for a little while, and close out the cycle. Let it die so something new can be put in its place. It looks like for your partner, perhaps, they're single now, okay? You're both single. Everything's good financially. There was a betrayal here that happened, though. Made you single, made them single, and it looks like perhaps in the ending, you both found your happiness and your healing, okay? You took a break, there was betrayal, you knew it was coming, you had to prepare for it, and now you're finding your balance again. You were holding on to something, but you had to let go because holding on to that was preventing you from seeking out more abundance. So you go from the 4 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. So by letting go of that, you've actually gained. You've gained contentment, you've gained peace of mind, you've regained your balance, and you're looking forward to the options in the future. You're looking forward now that you've released. You're looking forward to plenty of options that you have in front of you. But remember to make good decisions with these options. Don't land yourself back into this situation. So you've both kind of come to a place where you're happy, you're healed, you're working on that process, and you're going to be moving forward. Some of you could be dealing with Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. I have earth signs, I have air, I have Taurus, and of course Libra. There's possibilities for other water signs here too, but mainly Scorpio is the main player in this spread. So you had to release and let go of this. Yeah, you had to release this because you knew there were things that were not being brought to the forefront. There was a lot of confusion in this situation. Not only that, but there were secrets in this situation too that you couldn't quite see. And I think with the anxiety issues and the holding on, you were really tired of that energy and you felt like maybe things should be more transparent and they weren't. So you said, you know what, I can operate in this. I'm going to have to let this go. Cancer for some of you now. So you said, hey, you know, I can't operate in that. I need things to be transparent because that's the way I roll. And you got in your car and you said, you know what, I'm sorry, but I've had enough of this. Some of you left a job, you quit a relationship, whatever, but you're moving on. You moved on out of that and you found your happiness and your healing as a result. High Priestess clarified with the Ace of Pentacles. So, like I said, the minute you let go of this, your independence came right back to you because you were being called to let go of a cycle, okay? And the reason why is because it wasn't serving you. You were unhappy. It was making you emotionally sick. You were absolutely not happy with the secrecy in this situation. You didn't feel like things were on the line. And you could see them clearly because it was shrouded in a bunch of mess. So once you did that, got in your car and you have your victory, you're headed that way, you said, you know, I can't do this anymore, I'm gone. Then your abundance comes right back to you. You've got new issues with relationship. You have new offers in relationship, new offers in business, new offers in employment. Some of you, this is an offer from a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for a new relationship. For others of you, this is just an offer of job, maybe with a governmental entity, something official. Others of you, this is a marriage. This is an engagement, an offer of marriage. But it looks like you did what the universe asked you to do in letting go here because, you know, with this Ten of Swords here, you kind of were taking the crap over and over and over. And you finally decided, you know what, the 10th sword is the straw that broke the camel's back, okay? Can't do it anymore. I quit. And you jetted. But I think sometimes it takes us to get to those points, you know, before we're really fully able to see the situation clearly and properly. You know, sometimes it takes that last straw for us to say, whoop, and it could be anything. You know, they could have rolled the bread bag up the wrong way, or, you know, your boss could have demanded too much on one day, or, you know, holding on to these resentments is what did you in here, which no one's saying you didn't have a right to. But now the universe is saying this was a catalyst for you to be propelled in a new direction. Now it's time to let it go. Yeah, Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Wands. So you were in a mode in which you were trying to defend yourself. You were trying to defend yourself constantly, or you were trying to defend yourself against a loved one or against something at work. And I think that kind of wore you out. And you were just ready for new beginnings. You're ready for something new and creative. You felt like you had to take action at this point to move on. And you did that very swiftly. You figured it out. Some of you could be dealing with Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. You could have that in your chart, however it works out for you. So now, you know, when you were in this period of time where you were mulling this over and you were like, should I go? Should I stay? You know, here's weighing the pros and cons, okay? You were trying to utilize everything that you had, all your skill sets. You were trying to reevaluate all your skill sets. Okay, what am I qualified for in the future? What can I utilize that I take away from this job or this relationship to move forward in the future? What do I have to utilize? But not only that, okay, you were taking inventory of your skill set, but you were also trying to create some kind of balance in your world. Because I think, you know, it had been out of balance for quite some time with this Ten of Swords. It was over and over again. You'd had enough, and you were trying to take inventory and stock of all 10 of these swords that had been placed in your back. either by this job or by this love relationship. So you were trying to find a balance in your life again. How can I create balance? How can I use what I have in front of me right now to create balance in my world? And you were having to take some time to deal with that. For some of you, this could have been a sickness that happened and you had to take some FMLA time. You had to take some time off of work. And maybe your supervisory staff didn't take too kindly to that. So you had to really hop, skip, and jump. And once you did let go of that and you realized, maybe this isn't working for me. Maybe this job's making me sick. Maybe this relationship's making me sick. And you released it. You were instantly healed. You were instantly happy. And you're moving on to better things. Death is clarified by 5 of Pentacles. So this lack mentality, okay, is over. You're transformed out of this situation. There's no longer lack. You're coming into your abundance and you're protecting what's yours. In this deck, this person is very active. They're not stagnant, okay? You're protecting what's yours. You're getting on it, and this is calling for action, okay? You're like, you know what? I got to get my shit together, okay? I can't be wrapped up in this betrayal any longer. I've got to get it together. I've got to get on the ball. I've got to get healthy. I've got to get happy. And I've got to take stock of stuff and be about focusing. And that's what, Leo season is all about, focusing. This new energy that we have coming out of retrograde is all about making lists and getting stuff done and being focused and working, actually putting in the physical work for the goals that we have been planning for and dreaming about. Now's the time to get your hands dirty, okay, and get it done. So that's what you're doing. You're saying, now I have to take action. I've got to move on with stuff. How do I get it done? And that's what your Magician card is speaking to. Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the 5 of Cups. So absolutely, either you or your partner were grieving over the loss of relationship, you were grieving over loss of employment. Okay, but you're right back into the 8 of Pentacles, which is working on new skills, working on being devoted and staying put in one place to learn it, to build on that, and to perform it. So 5 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. So this was about the loss of devotion, the loss of job, the loss of inspiration and motivation, which didn't we all feel that during the retrograde? I thought I was going to claw my eyeballs out. And you're lamenting over it because, again, there are 10 swords in your back, not one. And you're trying to move on from that situation. Okay, now we have the cards coming out that were coming out in the pre-shuffle. For some of you, you were given an ultimatum. You were trying to make a decision to move forward. You had decisions to make. You were meditating on it. You were thinking about it. You were trying to figure out, how do I move forward? What do I move forward with? What do I work on first? What is the priority? Okay, that's what you were thinking about in this situation, because you knew with this 10th sword going in your back, you kind of had to move on. Now you're taking action to actually make it happen. And again, we have the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is you. Nurturing a new beginning, nurturing your happiness again, nurturing your healing. For some of you, this could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that you are entertaining at the moment. You're deciding whether or not you want to move forward with them. For some of you, you're deciding this was the person, the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that you were deciding whether or not to stay with or to leave. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio offers big love. Again, this is husband and wife, the King and Queen of Cups. So somebody was holding something back for a minute. And that made you feel victimized, Sagittarius. So, you didn't feel like it was really fair. But here you go. The tides are changing. For some of you, the tides are changing. and you're going back into a relationship, but this time you're making the conscientious choice to do that. And there's going to be equal give and take. For others of you, this was a situation involving child support, a situation involving money. You know, maybe this job paid you well, but it was miserable. So maybe moving in the future, you have to take a job that's a little less pay, but brings you a great deal of happiness. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth thinking, juggling money, juggling ideas, juggling lovers for some of you. But there will be communication that you are moving forward with something. You're not staying stagnant. You're taking the action here now in Leo season to move forward with what you've been running around in your mind. And you will be absolutely victorious. You've got 6 of Wands here. Moving forward is going to be victory for you. Whatever endeavor it is that you're working on, or whatever relationship that is that you're trying to nurture, pursue at this time, absolutely victorious. You've got happiness here. For some of you, you know, this is the equal give and take card. The 6 of Coins is sometimes my inheritance card. You know, sometimes maybe you're going to get your severance package from work, okay, and you're going to be able to move forward in that endeavor. You're going to be victorious and moving on to another line of employment, because now you can support yourself a little bit until you find another job or until you get your first paycheck here. But for others of you, this may have involved children and child support. This relationship ended. You were taking a break. You were trying to think about it, process the information. Now you know that there's no way this can be mended for some of you, and you've got to move forward with the process, the legal process of divorce, child support, splitting up of assets. But you're going to be very victorious. You're going to get your equal share in this. There's 2 6s. This is calling you to pay attention to divine guidance. Pay attention to your spirituality. Pay attention to the things that are in front of you. For others of you, that's soulmate energy coming in. Okay, that's soulmate love coming in. I know it's the 6 of Wands, but still the 6 is the soulmate card. 6s are soulmate energy. Yeah, the Sun is clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. So this is definitely you learning a new job, learning a new way of life, learning a new skill, putting your effort into new relationship. Maybe you have a new place to live. Maybe you bought a new apartment. Maybe you bought a new house because you left this situation. You have your severance package. Now you can rent. Now you can buy. Now you can whatever. And you're learning to start over again and live life on your own, because you had 6, now you have 3. You have your equal share. And you're moving forward in your life. For others of you, it's learning a new job, learning a new skill. And this is absolutely, some of you, it's learning how to be a single parent. Okay, there's 2 kids here now. It's learning to juggle and learn new skills about how to parent your children as a result of being divorced or ending a relationship. But these children don't look unhappy here, okay? So bear that in mind. Children are resilient. It's how you make the transformation and how you handle it while it's going on that's going to make or break the path for the rest of the time. So understand you're learning. Well, maybe it was 4 of you, 2 kids, you and the partner. Maybe now it's just the 3 of you, the 2 kids and you, and you're learning how to navigate life in that. And you're absolutely successful. You're totally focused. You're totally ready to move on with stuff. You've got your creativity back. You've got your passion back. You've got your motivation back for this, for life itself. Seven of Cups is clarified by the Lovers, the 3 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups. So for some of you, you're going to be entering into new relationship, marriage, okay? You've seen your options. You're coming together. Some of you, this is with Gemini. This relationship, this new relationship is going to be very abundant. You're going to have your apex. You're going to have your happy life, happy wife, and your rainbows and everything else. Some of you, this is for union, for twin flames. So this is all encompassing. But you weighed your options, you made your decisions, and you're coming into a relationship. You're either making an offer of marriage or you're receiving an offer of marriage. Yeah, you're going to be taking a new leap of faith with relationship, either in business or in love relationships. So you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here coming to you with an apology. Now there's 3 children. So some of you, this is about a blended family. You're coming into relationship with another person, a different person. Okay, you were having to learn how to navigate life as a single parent. You're coming into a relationship where maybe there's an existing child from a previous relationship, and you're learning how to bring all of it together. You decided to take the new leap of faith in relationship. You've got love coming your way. For others of you, you are starting on a new journey with a partner, and perhaps you're going to be having a child together. But don't forget to be very logical about your choices and be very logical and calculating about how you do this thing in the future. Learn your lessons from the past so that you can move forward. Don't stay in your head too long, Sagittarius, okay? Don't go back to this place where you were at, where it was just constantly mulling it over. You moved out of that and you said, you know what, I'm tired of thinking about this. I'm just going to do it. And, you know, you went through your paces and you did your work and you came out on top here. So don't go back into that line of thinking in which, you know, you have to be in your head about it all the time. It's okay to process information, but don't stay there, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you are dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For others of you, you could be taking a new leap of faith and adopting a child. You know, the King of Swords is my attorney card. So some of you could be seeking adoption of a child. You could be adopting a child. You're being called to remain grounded right now and see all of your options. Think logically about all of your options. Do not blind yourself to your options. Something falls through, something else will come together. But if you don't have anything but more than one plan, you know, then you've got to go back to the drawing board up here and figure out a new plan. So plan A, plan B, right? Star card is clarified by the Hanged Man. There was a delay in healing. Something blew up big time. There was heartbreak. There were secrets, but you're coming out of that time. You're going to be back in karmic balance with situations. You're going to get your truth. You're going to get your new beginning, wish fulfillment, happiness. You're coming out of rejection. You're moving forward. And again, taking control of the situation. You're back in your position. Do you see these 2 children over here? This guy here is a new single dad. He's back in his power and he's watching his kids play. So, you know, I'm just saying, you have the strength to overcome situation, and you are. You are doing the work. You've picked up these burdens, okay? But now it's time to set some of them down because you're on something else. You're on a new path. And at the end of your read, you get the 10 of Pentacles. Happy life. Firm, solid foundations. This man's watching his grandchildren grow. He's raised his children. Now he's in a position in which he's, rendering wisdom to the new generation. So this is what it could look like for you, Sagittarius. You've put in the work. You're taking action. Do not go back to this mulling over. You've been here. You've already been here. So it's time to move forward and receive your happiness, receive your just reward for putting in the work. those nurture. Nurture yourself, nurture your family, nurture the new changes, nurture the new beginnings so they can be successful. Fulfillment. Okay, remember we talked about some of you not taking a job that paid as much, but it was much more fulfilling to you. Exercise your throat chakra and speak your truth. Coming home. You're coming home to yourself. You had your instant healing. You had your happiness. Once you let go of something that was making you sick, you came back to yourself. You came back to your happiness. You came back to loving. You have night watch. This talks about being vigilant. Being vigilant about something, but remembering to find a balance in striking. Just because you want to strike doesn't mean that you should, right? Only strike when necessary, Sagittarius. That's what this is talking about. Only strike when necessary. You have been in this position in which you've been mulling it over. Now you're taking action. You're defending that new position. You're defending that new relationship. You're defending that new way of life. Don't strike out at every single thing because it triggers you. Only strike when absolutely necessary. That's what this card is talking to you about. You're watching over your children here. Do you see you watching over your children? Watching over your home, your hearth, whatever. But only strike when absolutely necessary. It's not always the time to strike. Sometimes you have to wait until it's necessary. Last resort kind of thing. Or in defense, you know. Accelerated motion, your abundance is returning because you've listened to your intuition. Again, you've listened to divine spirit. Exercise that third eye chakra. Okay, let the messages come into you. Speak your truth because there have been changes. There will always be changes. But now's the time to be true to yourself and speak your own truth to others. Again, you're coming out of relationship. Some of you are going into relationship. Love begins. Heart chakra, coming together in love relationship, a fulfilling relationship. Again, more abundance. Taking your place on this throne over here as the emperor and reclaiming your position, either in these children's lives or in business or in love relationship. Okay, you're back on top again. Clear out this sacral chakra from past heartbreak, from all these 10 swords that were in your back. Release that and heal it. Come together in love relationship. Okay, release the betrayals of the past because you've been transformed. Okay, this is the Scorpio energy I was talking about. You've been transformed out of this. You have a whole new life now. Foundations. Work on the foundations. The base chakra. Okay? The root chakra. This is talking about working on foundations. You've got a solid foundation going for you right now. And this is destiny. This new love coming into your life is destiny. This new job is destiny. This new way of life is destiny for you. Own it, claim it, embrace it, enjoy it. Whoa. Okay, so for some of you, this was the betrayal. You know, you saw your partner with another lover, or they were with another lover, or whatever, okay? Whatever the betrayal is. And you were sitting there mulling it over and figuring out what to do. How do you make this change? How do you deal? How do you decide to become a family when you're divorced? How do you maintain for the kids? Things like that. That was all the stuff you were having to think about doing. But now you've closed out that cycle and you're in relationship with somebody who clearly appreciates you. Someone who understands every inch of you. This is equal playing ground, equally yoked. Taking action in new love. Being comfortable enough with your partner that you can enjoy your partner now. Sudden changes brought this on. So sometimes when a door closes, it's a blessing. Transformation. Offers of big love. Your justice has returned to the situation. Your balance has returned. So now you can enjoy this new love that's coming into your life. That's a beautiful thing, Sagittarius. Look at your pattern in relationships, Sagittarius. This is calling about triggers and purging things, and we attract what we are. And if we want to break chains and break habits and break generational curses or whatever, we have to start new patterns. And we have to attract the right things into our life by being the right thing. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Speak the language of love, Sagittarius. Loving words. Where was that throat chakra card? Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. This is coming together and being appreciated and speaking love and truth to someone who's your equal. So Sagittarius, this is what I have for you for the month of August for Love and Then Some. You're going to be busy living your new life. For some of you, it's marriage. For some of you, it's a proposal. For others of you, it's adoption. It's being a single parent. It's a new job, whatever. But you're going to be busy with really good things. So I'll see you guys on Monday for the elements reading.